This is Patrick with the Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Very excited to have George with Humble Road back on the show. Today we're going to see the third in the Me Trilogy. This is a solo traveler custom camper van. And what I like about George, he's not only a master builder and has a great team back at his shop, but he's also an educator, and he shares so many thoughtful ideas with you guys on his YouTube show and with our audience. So join us for the tour.
Thank you, Patrick. Always good to be on your channel. As you said, this is the third in the Me Trilogy. What does that mean? Mini Me, Midi Me, and now we have the Maxi Me. Okay, they're all solo travelers. I've had people ask me to please build them for a couple, and let me tell you, you're going to fail. They're too small for a couple. These are solo travelers, and they're great solo travelers, and this is the best one. It's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit wider, it's a little bit taller, a little bit longer. This is a ProMaster 118 wheelbase, low roof. Very important. You cannot get this level of cuteness with a 136 mid-roof. It doesn't happen. 118, low roof. Gorgeous, adorable. Come inside. So, you gotta be 5'2" or less. You don't have to be, but if you want to stand up straight throughout the van, you should be 5'2". I'm 5'7", and you can see how my head is bent. Not a problem. It's not a problem for me. If I kept myself in the Max Air fan, I could stand up straight. This van is not for everybody. It's not for everyone. But like I say, if you have the height to come in here, it's a great living van. And if you know anything about my mini-me's or my midi-me's, this galley is basically the same aesthetic, the same design. It's just larger. Now this is maple, and we do a combination of maple and the aluminum 80/20. We've got a black laminate from Wilson Art, 1-inch countertop with a maple edge band. We've got a really large sink in here, stainless steel sink. We are using the same faucet from our Mini-Me, and we've got our Acuva water, cartridge filtered and UV protected. 99% of your pathogens are taken away. Look at the size of this prep area, this work area. It's a really nice size galley. As far as the drawers go, there's a utensil drawer right here, slam latch. This can be a lighted microwave cabinet, or if you don't want a microwave, it would become a large deep drawer just like that one. You'd have two big deep drawers, or the one drawer and a microwave. Then we've got a really nice large cupboard under the sink. We always make sure we could keep eyes on our fuses, our water valves, our plumbing. That way any problems can be averted quickly before they get worse. And we did a lot of nice lighting in this van as well. You can see down here we've got that red light. That's our night light. You can just leave that one on when you go to bed at night. That way if you need to get up to use the toilet, your night vision isn't disturbed. On top of the galley, we have our, this is the shelf we put in all of our Mini-Me's, this little avocado shelf, I guess you'd call it. Goes the whole length of the galley. It's got an LED strip light all the way down the line. And then this is our bottle storage. You can just load this thing up. Basically, you could put olive oils, you could put bottles of Jack Daniels, I like to say. And on either side of the galley, we have one of our custom switch panels. These are touch dimmers, on and off. We've got a USB, USB-C. We've got a 120 volt GFCI integrated into our switch panel. Ditto this side. A couple more task lights here. Water pump, USB, USB-C, and another 120 volt outlet. We've got puck lights above for more task lighting. And then down here is a nice pantry. That's a 3-level pantry. And we finished the top of it, so when it is deployed, you can use it as a little staging area to increase your prep area. There's a lot of countertop space in this van. It's not just for cooking. You know, if you come over to this side, you can use this area for crafts, whatever you want. Again, a couple more switches here. And then we have one of these little USB 120 volt pop-ups. If you want to plug something in, Here's our Victron Cerbo GX. We have a TV that's on an arm. So this TV, it's DC TV. You can watch it from the swivel seat with the Trolino toilet as a hassock. This van comes with a Trolino toilet, and this thing can move around. We did not want to lock it in anywhere because it's going to serve multiple functions. It can be a really nice hassock while you're sitting there watching TV. You could also swing this TV around and watch it from your bed. So you do have options. You ever heard me say anything about options before? I've got puck lights on either side. We put in our head bumper now. This is a new addition that we put on all of our vans because we notice our clients are banging their heads. So we give them this nice soft cushion and we wrap it in a fabric. Here we have the Cruise 115. This is a really nice size fridge, still an under the counter fridge. This is a 12 volt fridge. It's AC DC, but it's running on DC most of the time. This is a single bed. It's a twin bed, 38 inches by 73 and a half. So we just cut a little bit off of the length to fit it in here. And we've got this adorable little bunk window for ventilation over your head. And then up here is a Houghton 3500 Bel Air. That's a 13,000 BTU air conditioner. It's got a heat pump and soft start. Yeah, a trifecta. I've been waiting for these for a long time. And then over your feet, we have a hanging locker for clothing. And we put a little baby Caframo fan on the end, and that'll keep you cool on those middle nights where you don't need the air conditioner. All the way along the edge of the bed in the bulkhead back there is a giant storage box. Goes all the way down the line. There's so many things you could store in there. And yes, I do provide the bedding for each of my clients. I've got a Max Air fan up front here, always. And what else could I do up front here? We do have a reading light. This is a really nice spotty gooseneck reading light. You can use that when you're at night. Oh, here's my AC panel. This is being powered either by my 3,000 watt Victron Multi-Plus inverter charger, and that's sipping power from a 640 amp hour Lithionics lithium battery. That's 8,800 watt hours at 12 volts. This is a powerhouse system in a little van. I designed this so that it could be lived in for extended periods without having to worry about plugging in. In fact, the owner's coming to pick this up in a few days. She's going to be going to a couple of campgrounds in the area just to try it on for size and get orientated. And I'm going to tell her, you put this in tent sites. You don't have to go to RV sites. This is in a tent site. You don't have to plug it in. It's completely self-sufficient. 400 watts of solar on the roof. And we've got 2 Orion chargers, 50 amps apiece. So when you're driving, we're pushing 100 amps into the battery, as well as the 400 on solar. Then down here, we've got the pistol drawer. This drawer was first put in the Vagabond van, which was my first contract build. Second van? Yeah, second van I built. Pistol is their little Boston Terrier dog. He's a very famous YouTuber, that Pistol. And so we call this the pistol drawer. Our flooring is that dove gray coin flooring. There's a lot of controversy on this floor. I love it. I think it's easy to keep clean. It does not get slippery no matter what you're doing, sand, wet, whatever. And the other big deal is that these are 18 by 18 squares that puzzle piece together. If we ever had to repair or remove one and swap it out, it's very easy to do. And this is our bespoke ProMaster bulkhead up front. We developed this on the CNC machine, so we put this little step in every ProMaster. It just gives us a nice smooth non-skid step down into the cabin. As you saw, this is the refrigerator box, and up here is our critter light, and it also has a step light as well. So you can leave that on if you leave the van. When you come back, it'll be lit for you. This is ventilation for the refrigerator. The compressor for the fridge is right behind this panel. And we put another vent on the other side. So it creates a heat convection, and it'll keep your refrigerator cool in this box. This is, again, our step, our running board. It's made out of 80/20. This owner has a dog that's going to be traveling with her, so we doubled up on the 80/20 profiles. Here we left it open, but so that dog doesn't get his paws caught in here, we doubled it up. We did leave a credit card's thickness between each one so that the water will drain out. Here we have an A&M window. These are gorgeous windows. This is a slider, and it's got a screen, and we had a custom roll-F privacy shade made for it. It rolls up at night. You could also zip it 2/3 of the way up and leave ventilation at the top, but still have privacy. Let's go around the back. This is a real shocker. Yes, look at that. I have succumbed to the Instagram lipstick brigade. That's right. I've got colored lights behind my panels here. Look, off, on. I integrated those colored lights into my garage lighting. So here you can see on this side I have all my plumbing, and it's all visible behind acrylic sliding doors that have our bespoke noise canceling tape strips, so there's no rattle. Everything is zoned with shutoffs. So any part of this water system that may go down, you can just isolate it and go on your way with the rest of the system working just fine. 36 gallons of fresh water on this van, and we have baffle balls in here because we put this 36-gallon tank on a bridge above the wheel well, and we also did the same with our battery on the other side. We've raised the center of gravity in this van. So that could create a little bit of a problem with this much water sloshing around. So we filled this tank with baffle balls. Future Maxi Me's will not have 36 gallons of water. I was very ambitious. I wanted to give my client as much as we could. But what I did then is I kind of choked myself with regard to access. If I have to maintenance this area, it's going to be very difficult. That's my problem. I'll remove this to do my work and then put it back. But future builds will go with a little smaller tank so that we can work like gentlemen over here. Outdoor shower, hot and cold. This is your fresh water fill, and then our garage light. And this is our water heater. This is a Bosch 2.5 gallon. It's 120 volt. It pulls 1440 watts at 120 volts. It's a really nice little unit. It heats the water very quickly. What you could do is turn it on, and then while you're driving to your next destination, you're making hot water at the same time you're charging your batteries. So it's kind of a net gain. And then when you get to your location, you've got hot water. It stays hot for quite a while too. On this side is our power station. So here's our 3,000 watt multi-plus inverter charger. It charges at 150 amps, shore power. We have 30 amps coming into the system. So you can see we've got our shutoffs, we've got fuses, we've got the Orion Lynx distributor, and we've got our 2 Orion chargers. Here's an MPPT controller for the solar, breakers. Everything you need is in there in terms of electric. And then there's our big Mama Luke, 640 amp hour lithium battery. And way back there's a fuse for the inverter. There's our Cerbo GX master unit. And that's it, all very tidy. We added L-track down both sides of this garage. And if you can see, we left it all open. I mean, you could throw a kayak in here if you wanted to. It'd be a little difficult. This gal has got a dog in a crate. So when the crate gets here, we'll strap that in. We'll decide what else we're going to do back here for storage and strapping. We always put some sort of a nice textured fabric or a panel on these back doors. Whether they have windows or not, we always do that. This is a product called Sintra. So it's a nice to work with. On top, you can see our roof rack. We make our roof racks out of 80/20, and I hang my solar panels up there. And now we're putting side skirts on the roof racks, as well as a wind deflector up front. And coming around this side, you've got your 30 amp shore power smart plug. Oh, here's our little bunk window that you saw on the inside. Look how cute that is, that little bunk. And that's a slider. Gray tank. This is a gray tank hose barb that you could turn on here. We also have an electric timer that you can turn on and dump your gray tank where it's appropriate to do so. Here is our driver's side running board. Now, we did a lot of thinking on this. Our entry is here. The reason we extended that running board further back is if it ended here, you'd have that corner point right here as a shin banger as you enter the van. We don't want that. So we extended it down to this point. The shin banger is well out of the way of your access point. And these new ProMasters, I think this is a 23. They've really done a beautiful job with the interior. It looks very automotive. Down the side here, you can see that this is that timer I spoke about. So if you were driving somewhere, you could just turn this timer. What that'll do is activate your gray tank valve. It'll open it, and you just forget it. Set it and forget it. The timer goes to 0, circuit shuts down, valve closes. And then you can see up front here our wind deflector. And we did this one in white. Normally we do our wind deflectors in black, but we thought with the side skirts and the white wind deflector, it would look nice picking up on the white of the van. So Patrick, I want to thank you again for the opportunity to bring another one of my creations to your channel. Like I said, this is number 3 in my Me trilogy. So for solo travelers and you want to get into the van life affordably and simply, this is an easy van to handle. Of the 3, the Mini Me, the Midi Me, and the Maxi Me, this is the only one that will not fit in a standard garage. The Mini Me and the Midi Me will fit in a standard garage, not this one. Very easy to handle. These are not intimidating vans like your big high roof long vans, long wheelbase vans. 118 wheelbase, that's what's important.
George, incredible. I've been following along on this build for quite some time. I'm glad to see it done, and it is spectacular. I like the fact that you have DC to DC charging, solar, 3,000 watt inverter, a huge lithium battery. You can run the air conditioning. I mean, it's like an off-grid, and the water capacity is going to support that. Yeah,
there's no sacrifice here. This is the same feature set we put in our larger custom vans. It's just simpler to operate, simpler to live in.
And just once again, if there's any new viewers that haven't seen you on the show before, can you walk us through like the process? You go on your website, you could look at the specs and the different options.
Yeah. How does that all work? I'm a little remiss in my website. I'm behind because I'm so busy building vans. You know, we got a tiger by the tail with this Humble Road thing. But yeah, I've got a website and you can see the individual custom builds we've done. There is a section for the Mini, the Midi, and I will get one up for the Maxi. My YouTube channel, Humble Road on YouTube, that's where you're going to get the best indication of my build philosophy. Scheduling, I've created a different scheduling for my builds, working out really well. It's every 6 months. So if you're just coming on board and you just found my channel, we build fresh vans every 6 months. So if you missed this build cycle, you can get on the next one.
Well, awesome, George. You got another build in process right now. We'll get that one on the show shortly. This is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. I'll see you soon.